Something changes in the body after genuine awakening that nobody fully prepares you for. The things that used to be fine aren't anymore. The conversation that runs on gossip and complaint, the environment thick with unspoken tension, the food consumed without attention, the media designed to generate outrage and keep you scrolling, the relationships held together by habit rather than genuine resonance. The alcohol that used to soften the edges pleasantly now produces something that feels less like relaxation and more like static. None of this requires a dramatic announcement. The body simply begins to register discomfort where it previously registered nothing. A tightening, a depletion, a specific kind of fatigue that doesn't come from physical exertion, but from exposure, from the effort of remaining in contact with something that the system has decided it can no longer process without cost. In the first response, almost universally, is confusion, because nothing external has changed. The people are the same people. The environments are the same environments. The substances are the same substances. What changed is the instrument receiving them. Understanding why this happens, mechanically, physiologically, at the level of the nervous system, is the difference between navigating this shift with intelligence and experiencing it as an inexplicable hypersensitivity that makes ordinary life feel increasingly impossible. Part 1. What the body is actually registering. The word vibration gets used so loosely in spiritual discourse that it has almost stopped carrying meaning. So before anything else, let's be precise about what the body is actually detecting when it rejects what gets called low vibration. The nervous system is a detection system. Its primary function is not thought, it is assessment. Continuous, below conscious, extraordinarily sophisticated assessment of the environment for signals relevant to safety, threat, and connection. Through the mechanism Stephen Porges identified as polyvagal theory, the nervous system is continuously reading subtle cues in the environment. The prosody of voices, the micro-expressions of faces, the quality of presence in other people, the acoustic and social texture of spaces, and adjusting its own physiological configuration in response. This happens faster than thought, below the threshold of conscious choice, and produces real changes in heart rate, muscle tone, hormone levels, and the depth of available breathing. What gets called low vibration is, in nervous system terms, a cluster of signals that register as threat, depletion, or incoherence. Chronic stress in another person's nervous system is detectable. It alters their voice, their body language, their presence in ways the receiving nervous system reads accurately. Environments saturated with conflict carry acoustic and social signatures that the body responds to directly. Substances that suppress the nervous system's natural coherence alter the body's own signal in ways that, once the system has recalibrated to a higher baseline, become impossible to ignore. The rejection is not spiritual sensitivity in any vague sense. It is a highly calibrated detection system refusing to pretend it isn't detecting something real. Part 2. Why awakening raises the baseline. Before awakening, most people are operating from a nervous system baseline that has been calibrated to manage chronic stress as normal. The defended self requires enormous physiological resources to maintain. The performance of identity, the suppression of unwanted material, the chronic vigilance of a system that never fully drops into safety, all of this consumes energy and creates a specific baseline of activation that the body normalizes over time. Within that baseline, a wide range of additional stress, incoherence, and depletion passes unnoticed because it doesn't meaningfully exceed what is already present. Genuine awakening, the kind that produces real nervous system reorganization rather than conceptual update, lowers the chronic activation. The defended patterns begin to release. The suppression softens. The system drops, sometimes significantly, toward a more coherent and less effortful baseline. And at this new baseline, the contrast becomes unmistakable. What previously passed beneath the threshold of detection now registers clearly. because the background noise that was masking it has reduced. The chronically stressed conversation that once felt like ordinary social interaction now produces a detectable depletion. The environment designed to activate anxiety now registers as precisely what it is. The substance that once produced mild relaxation now produces a measurable disruption to a system that has found a more coherent resting state. The sensitivity is not pathology, it is resolution. Like the difference between a blurry lens and a sharp one, the sharp lens sees things the blurry one missed, including things that were present all along. Part 3, the specific things the body begins rejecting. The rejection is not uniform, it follows a pattern, and understanding the pattern helps distinguish between genuine sensitivity and the ego's version of spiritual superiority. People and environments, the body becomes increasingly accurate at detecting the difference between genuine presence and performance, between environments that support coherence and ones that deplete it. This is not judgment. The body is not evaluating people as lesser, it is detecting nervous system states, and a chronically activated nervous system in proximity to a more coherent one creates a real physiological demand on the coherent one to maintain its state against the pull of entrainment. Media and information, content designed to generate outrage, fear, or compulsive engagement works by activating the threat detection system. Before awakening, this activation runs at a low enough level to be habitual and invisible. After, the body registers the activation as an unwelcome intrusion into a system that has found something more valuable than stimulation. The discomfort is the body reporting accurately on what is happening to it. Substances, alcohol in particular, is a nervous system suppressant that lowers the coherence of the system's natural signal. At the old baseline, this suppression could feel like relief, a chemical reduction of the chronic activation that the defended self was maintaining. At the new baseline, the suppression produces a different experience entirely. Not relief from activation, but disruption of a coherence that has become the new normal. Food and environment, sensitivity extends to the body's physical inputs in ways that seem unrelated to spirituality, but follow the same logic. A system operating at higher coherence becomes more responsive to everything that either supports or disrupts that coherence. This is not preciousness, it is an increasingly accurate feedback loop. Part 4. What to do with the rejection. The body's increasing rejection of low coherence inputs is not a problem to be solved, but it does require intelligent navigation, because the alternative responses to it are both common and counterproductive. The first counterproductive response is resuppression, pushing the sensitivity back down, returning to the old inputs, convincing yourself that the reaction is spiritual arrogance or antisocial hypersensitivity. This doesn't eliminate the sensitivity. It reintroduces the chronic activation that was suppressing it before, a regression purchased at the cost of the progress that produced the sensitivity in the first place. The second counterproductive response is rigid avoidance, constructing a life so protected from any potentially depleting input that genuine engagement with the world becomes impossible. This produces a different kind of contraction. The awakened person sealed inside a bubble, mistaking isolation for purity, losing the groundedness that genuine awakening makes available. The intelligent response is graduated discernment, learning to distinguish between the inputs the body rejects because they genuinely deplete coherence, and the inputs it rejects because they carry the charge of unprocessed material that the body is still working through. Not everything uncomfortable is low vibration. Some discomfort is integration, the coherent system processing what it hasn't yet completed, and learning to be in contact with lower coherence environments without losing your own baseline, which requires not isolation, but rootedness. The capacity to bring your own nervous system's coherence into a space rather than being entrained to the space's incoherence. This is the difference between sensitivity as fragility and sensitivity as skill. The body's rejection of low vibrations after awakening is not spiritual elitism. It is an increasingly accurate instrument reporting honestly on what it is receiving. The sensitivity is a gift, though it rarely announces itself as one. It is the body's way of showing you, with increasing precision, the difference between what nourishes coherence and what disrupts it, between what brings you more fully into presence and what pulls you back toward the defended, contracted, managed state that awakening was in the process of dissolving. Trust the instrument, not blindly. Discernment remains essential, but trust the direction of the signal. Your body is not becoming fragile, it is becoming honest. And honest instruments, however inconvenient, are always more valuable than comfortable ones that have stopped telling the truth. If this named what you've been experiencing since your own opening, share it. Someone you know is confused about why they suddenly can't tolerate things they used to handle easily. This might be the explanation that finally makes it make sense. See you in the next one.